Okay. Does anyone have anything they'd like to announce or add to the open agenda later? Okay, so we did have a few things added. More questions. Does anyone have anything else that they'd like to talk about today? Let's see. Inside. You can also take a look at the Hansai list since that's been finalized. Does no one have anything else they'd like to add? If not, I'm gonna hand things off to John.
You don't have to.
I was starting to wonder if my audio is broken, and I'm like, the great talk, and nobody wants to talk. Seems out of character. Okay, take it away, John.
Okay, after a very rough weekend, the first 5 boards I tested, 4 had failed. I was freaking out. But the next positive news is the next 15 of 15 passed. So I have 16 out of 20 working units. So that means we're going to get something out there. Right now, I'm still trying to finalize the software distribution. We got a few loose ends to clean up before I have the distro. And then once the distro is ready, I'm going to be inundating Gary with units to ship. I have not received, well, take a step back. The hard drive enclosures, the Sabrent drives that Bill Engelke had used for his digital RF, we are having like an 80% failure rate on these things. Well, they'll run for a day and then they just go offline and either kill the USB port on the Raspberry Pi 3 or 4, the USB 3 port, to the point where you have to shut the power down and recycle it. They got to come back, or the drive just goes off in the weeds and never comes back, and the operating system gets very upset. So since that's happened on pretty much all the drive controllers that we've used, so I suspect we've probably got a bad batch of drive controllers. I do not suspect the hard drives. Plan B is being put into operation, where we're going to be ordering solid state drives to replace them because there's no time to find another enclosure. And the solid state drives also allow me to power the Grape 2 instead of them being 12 volts regulated to being 10 to 24 volts unregulated, which means you can battery operate it or whatever you want, and it'll handle it just fine, which was my original intent. So I have not gotten the drives yet to test. Nathaniel ordered 3. They were supposed to be here yesterday, and I still haven't got notification of shipping yet. So I'm a little worried about that because I want to run them over the weekend and make sure they work. I have received just about 10 minutes ago 3 big boxes of cases. So mucho thanks go out to Dave Schwartz because he sent me some tchotchkes. He sent me one of these. And he also sent me a couple of these, which is like, wow. He knows how to keep me happy. So thank you, Dave. I also got a box from Ken Milnes. There were, I think, 5 boxes in there, and another one from Matt Wishnell. And Majid has sent me, I think, 3, and I had made 6. So we're up to 23 boxes enclosures already. So we're in good shape. In theory, I only need 7 more if everything works out, but I don't need them right now. So at this point, like I said, 7 more is really all we need. So we need them, but I don't need them yesterday. So like I said, that's what I want to really say about that.
I just mailed 4 more to you yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So
which case we've got 27. Woohoo! Thank you, Bill.
They're weird colors, but they're dimensionally correct.
That makes them fun. Well, I'm mixing the colors up because I don't want them to be all boring.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got black, white, purple, yellow, orange. I think there's some blue ones in there. So yeah, it's going to be quite the menagerie of colors. And I guarantee the covers and the panels, the boxes and the front panels will be different.
Grapes
I'll
and
make sure of that.
Technicolor.
Yes, Technicolor.
John, I've got something on your hard drive problems. We had
Mhm.
a similar thing happen on a system that we were using Pi and RSP duos. And we were using a Sabrent case and we were having a similar problem where they were disappearing.
Mhm.
And we went to a different controller cable. And I'll look it up and let you know what we used.
Well, this has the cable. It's a USB 3, the flat high-speed cable.
Right.
And you say the cable was the problem?
Well, no, what it is the we were using a Sabrent case with a solid state drive in it and
Mhm.
having it disappear when we were running it at high speed.
Right.
And we went to a adapter cable that had the controller in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that actually,
So
I
we
have
realized
those.
we don't really need the case. We were putting this all in a box
Yeah,
together.
well, I've discovered that the 4 TB solid state drives cost about $289. And I was able to find a solution for $249 that was the 4 TB solid state drive with the controller built into it in a case. So
Right.
it's like $60 cheaper than just buying the drive. Because I have from way back in 2022, I had bought the integrated cable controllers for the solid state drives. But it turns out now it's cheaper to buy the drive with the controller built into it for $50 a drive less. So that's
Yeah,
where
that's not cheaper if it doesn't work.
yeah, exactly right. That's why we only ordered 3 and I'm going to test them. So, but the Sabrent cables, or the Sabrent boxes, the hard spinning drives require 12 volts at like
Right.
an,
Oh, that's true.
and the solid state drives only require 5 volts, which is what pushed me into having to have a 12-volt regulated supply to run everything. But now I can lift that restriction because the power is supplied through the cable on the solid state drives. So
Right.
yeah, it appears to be a controller issue in the Sabrent box is what it looks like.
Well,
And
that's what I'm saying is the Sabrent
yeah,
controllers
it's just,
may have a problem. And
I think Bill got lucky and he got a good run, but the battery got's a piece of crap. Unfortunately, we had opened up all the drives, installed them into all the controllers, and they're all ready to go, but I can't use them. So
I'll get in touch with Sabrent on that, but I will also let you know what manufacturer we used.
yeah,
It
okay.
might have been StarTech.
I think that's what I've got is StarTech.
Yeah.
But like I say, I can't use the drives turn out to be more expensive than the drive controller and box, which is
Right.
kind of weird. But
Yeah, and the cables we have don't supply the 12 volts, which
yeah,
is an
that's
issue.
exactly the same problem.
But I think there are versions that do. Still, I'll let you know.
Yeah, because it
I'll
would be coming
double
from the
check that.
USB part, and they not would still require external 12-volt dongle. So,
Right.
but it also allowed me to get non-switch mode power supplies to run the Grape. So these are going to be linear, unregulated supplies. So there shouldn't be any grousing about switch mode power supply noise coming from the horrific switch mode power supplies. So I've solved that problem as well before it happened. Other than that, integration is going good. Bill is out today. He's on a trip. He won't be on the meeting today. Kung is working on one of the last pieces of code for transferring files around. Kung, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, just a little bit. Still working on the console, and there's some bugs that has to be fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, just some small stuff with the console.
So we're in the final stretch on that. So that I'm expecting to wrap up by the time I get enough of these boxes ready, but I still have to program all the Leo Bodnars, program the U boxes, bring them up. So by the time that's done, I think Kung will have the software done and Bill will have his stuff done. And then I can actually make a distro for replicating, and then we're ready to ship. But I'm trying to get one online this weekend just to start pounding on it. I know Bill's been running his as a real thing on a real antenna, getting real data, but I want to get the whole system together and feel confident that the distro is working. So we're making good progress, slower than I wanted. But overall, we're looking really pretty good. And I can't think of anything off the top of my head now, so I'm going to say back to Nut, and if I think of something, I'll come back. Back to you, Ray.
You should be getting 2 more cases in the mail from Dan White, so they were getting really close.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Okay.
Purple and yellow, the right colors.
All right. Bill's sending me, I think he said 4.
Yes,
Okay.
you should have them either Saturday or Monday.
Okay. So that brings us up to 29. So we're basically good to go.
John, I stepped away for a second. Did you get my 5?
Yes, I
yesterday?
did. And I was
Cool.
also showing him the hotkeys you sent me.
Okay.
That, and more importantly, I got the WWE.
It's okay. All right.
So I'm set. Thank you.
Okay.
Doesn't get any better than that. Back to Ned.
That's fair. And is Bill on today?
No, he is not. He's traveling today. He's on family business. So
That's nice. Okay, so no updates in more updates in software, I assume.
correct.
Okay, or firmware, as it were.
Right.
Which case, deployment, Gary, you do have some updates.
Yes, we've got a little over 30 hosts that have responded. Rach and I will go over that list tomorrow afternoon. And the other thing is, John, I think I told you we've got 3 people are willing to be early adopters and work through any bugs we got. In fact, I know Sean's on the call today, and there may be a couple of others I didn't see.
Excellent.
But so anyhow, we're good with that, I think.
If things go well, I'm hoping to be able to ship the 3 things out next week. So I know there's one node. The first one going out is going to Kung, which will be node number. Actually, the first one that went out already is node 2, which went to Bill. Node 3 is going to be going to Kung. 4 is going to be going to Fort Collins, to Dave. And then probably 5, 6, and 7 will have the early adopters. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of lifting on that. If they're fluent in Raspberry and Linux, that'd be a big plus. I've pretty much got most of the stuff together, but there's still going to be some tweaks. So looking good. Back to you, Rachel. Actually, back to Gary. Sorry.
I'm done. Back to net.
Okay. I think that's most everything. I didn't update this map yet, but
Yeah, there haven't been any changes to it, so you're good.
okay. Any questions for the Grape team?
We've been drinking heavily.
Coffee, I hope.
Some kind of grape juice, yeah.
Okay.
We won't tell about the fermented state.
Yeah, we'll talk more about the map once we get stations selected, I think. Similarly for the other one, I think this can be like a website amendment. I'll slide that down. Okay, any updates on the Hamsci website or data websites?
Nothing major. In the Grape PSWS pages this morning, I took out the paragraph about searching for hosts and updated that to what our current status is. So that's pretty minor. That's all.
Also, one more thing for the website. I had a user send me a 3D print for the Grape 1 board that looked pretty nice. We might want to pop that up on the website. He was okay with that. I'll
Yeah,
send
send it
you,
along. I'll take a look.
I'll send the STL file to you. Looked really nice. But he didn't have it in the Grape colors in the rendering, but that's due to the rendering software.
Send me the files too, John.
Okay, well, there you okay. I can do that.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll probably put them on the Grape One documentation page with everything
Right,
else.
Right.
Okay.
So noted.
And any updates from you, Bill, on the data website?
Nothing to report this week. We're working on a bunch of stuff, but we're in the middle of several things, so nothing, no results in hand.
Cool. Still lovely to hear. I don't think we have any Grape 1 updates, so on to open business. I don't know who put this in.
That
Does
was
any-
me.
Okay. Are you going?
No, just a thought. I'm planting a seed.
Uh,
Stan spoke there last year. They liked hearing about Hamsai and they want us to speak again this year. And I was just a thought, once we get past the workshop, the New England Grape Group's gonna have a nice presentation from the workshop, and they may want to somebody from that group attend the Ham exposition and give it there. That's all.
is anyone going this year already?
I might be going on the Friday. I actually talked to someone about that on Saturday at another exposition.
Yeah, I'm going this year because I'm actually giving a talk on PSK Reporter.
Cool.
You are okay.
I'll be going KB1HFT.
Yeah, KD1LE will be going.
Okay, so we obviously got a lot of time, but on the other hand, they want to put their program together. So if George or Stan, if you guys think you might want to talk, we'll ask them to put you on the program. I mean, you guys would be the obvious choice. So we're gonna have to answer it here. Just we'll think about it and let me know in the next couple of weeks.
Well, they had queried me quite a while ago, and I had forwarded that to Nathaniel. It will depend. Well, we can do our presentation, but I don't know what will be. Will there be something prepared by then, based on any results that we have?
Rachel's smiling, so that's probably better for her to answer.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Rachel, you're the PhD student.
Look at. Certainly by August 4th, we should have both eclipse data, unless something goes wrong on the next eclipse, but we have eclipse data already to look at. So hopefully there will be some fun stuff to amend to presentations by August 24th. Because that's the end of summer also.
Yeah.
I anticipate this summer being a great summer.
And we already have things that I think are good to show. You know, we have some very nice observations from the annular eclipse. We have the models that Joe Cuba has run. He's run them for the October eclipse, and he's now run them for the April eclipse as well. So we do have some data and modeling. So even just with what we have right now, we have some interesting things. So I would be very, very surprised if we didn't make progress on that between now and August.
Yeah, the person I talked to was Kilo 1 November Kilo Romeo. I forget his name, but he was very interested in having us there.
That's Skip, I think.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
November Kilo Romeo. Let's skip.
Oh, November Kilo Romeo. Mea culpa. Any other discussion on that? I also don't know who added this, but I assume now it was Gary.
Yep. I think we've got good news for for everyone here.
Okay. Are we actually shipping the West Point unit finally?
Yes, so I guess I had misunderstood when people kept asking me, have I heard from West Point yet? I thought they were asking me if like they had got it, if they had got it and had it installed and like had results. I didn't realize that you were asking me, have we heard from them in terms of should we ship it yet? So there's a little miscommunication, I guess, my misunderstanding. So the answer is yes, we absolutely should ship the West Point unit as soon as we possibly can. You can talk to Jason Durr, whatever address it needs to be shipped to, he can tell you. And you know, you can send Celisa the receipt for shipping and we can reimburse that. So I apologize for misunderstanding that. And that's DERR.
Thank you.
And we did get the address and everything yesterday, so I think we have all the information we need. So
Yeah, because I totally misunderstood when people. I thought they had the unit already, and we were waiting to hear from them that they had it installed or something like that. So
we just got tied up in the bureaucracy with the federal
Yes.
government, so that and the military, so that happens. So I guess the question, Stan, I think I want to make sure you were copied on the emails, the address for the one colonel that passed that along, because Stan's got it in his garage. So
Did you send me the address?
I thought I did, but I'm going to take a look and double check while I'm listening to the meeting. I'll send it again. No big deal.
Okay. And Dr. Frizzell, did you want to show off the HAMSI speaker list at all?
Sure, I'd love to. It is officially posted on the website. So if you go to hamsci.org/hamsci2024, and you click workshop agenda, here it is. We have a fantastic list going here. So I have sent emails to all of the speakers and we are working on getting all the travel arrangements made for the people who are getting travel support. So I'm very, very excited about this workshop. Hopefully over the weekend, I'll actually put the link these to the abstracts as well. Right now, I just have the titles in the order, but hopefully we'll have the abstracts up also.
Okay.
Looking to be a very fun workshop.
There's something wrong here. It's 25 after and nobody's talking.
I know.
Maybe
Everyone's
that's okay. I need to go check on my Rachel for something if that's okay. So we're good.
Yeah. Does anyone have any Grape troubleshooting or news that they want to share? If not, I'll call it good.
Actually, for Nathan, you weren't here. Dave McGaw confirmed that the Sabre controllers cases had issues and they had the same problem.
Yeah.
So well, I guess Bill Engelke got lucky.
Yes. So I think the I think, did you receive the new SSDs already?
No, I have not.
Okay. Because they were supposed to be overnighted.
Yeah, I thought so too. And I waited late last night and nothing showed up. They're still not here this morning. So
all right. Well, hopefully I guess if
do you have a tracking?
you can check with Celisa. So she might have a tracking number.
Okay. Okay. I'll do that.
But yeah, no, I also do like the idea of eliminating the dependence on the 12-volt power supply. So that would be less power supplies are better.
Well, that also opens up the fact that my original design intent to make it run off anywhere from 10 to 24 volts now holds again.
Yeah, that I do think this is a good idea.
Which means it can be battery powered and off in the weeds someplace, but you'll get transfer, but you still need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do want to make sure that these three work before we go committing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
all right. No, I think this is really good. So
I think it's good as we're starting to tone down development, because then we can devote a little bit more time in the meeting in March to like troubleshooting Grape systems, making sure that as they're deployed, everything hopefully goes smoothly.
the watering and the fertilizing, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And the pruning and the
Yeah. The weeding.
so many good puns with this project. I love it.
Okay. Nobody has anything else? If you're not in the attendance, go ahead and add yourself. If not, we'll call it good.
Would you mind adding me, Rachel?
You were already on here.
Oh, perfect. Thanks. I'm gonna head out. Thank you, everybody.
I have something, please.
Oh, sure.
Like to announce that we got Alaska on the air this week.
That's great. Congratulations.
We got an FL Digi running on 5 megacycles. We'll have it on DRF probably in a few weeks or so. I'll have to ship the unit up there, but and the other thing is when we tried back in January, we couldn't find a whisper of WWV on 10 megacycles, so that's why it's on 5. But we'll try later. Of course, there's been a significant change in the sun and things up there in the last month. So maybe
Where
we
is
can
that cited, Bob?
stop. It's in an apartment in Anchorage.
Oh, very good.
It's not a very good site. It's noisy as can be. Inside antenna. He's using a loop hanging from the ceiling. But
It reminds me that at some point we might be able to cite some equipment at Poker Flat.
And I gave a talk to the Anchorage Club a couple of weeks ago, so they might have other good sites up there because their whole club was very interested in what we were doing.
okay.
Poker Flat outside of Fairbanks. We've cited equipment there at the Science Center for the rocket range.
Anchorage AK.
Yeah, it's
probably Gakona would not be a good place to put it. Underneath HARP.
Oh, geez.
Well, there's a big antenna there.
Yeah, there certainly is.
But it's in use.
Yeah, the Poker Flat rocket range we've cited ground equipment at before. I don't know anyone who's going up there immediately, but Christina Lynch and such often go up there. We might be able to have someone cite something for us.
Road trip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll go.
And anyway, it was we had a little problem with getting software running and things like, and it's the old read the manual kind of thing. But unfortunately, but it's up and running, and hopefully it'll be on. And of course, the Eclipse is the target, and I hope to have it running on 10 by then, and also on DRF. So we'll see.
Anchorage AK, Rachel.
Oh, is it?
No,
Wait.
the state.
Yeah, it's not in Alabama.
Dude, sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's the farthest north, the farthest west, and it's the farthest from either WWV or WWVH, I think, of anybody on the network.
Yeah, and what I'm talking about is Poker Flat, no S, rocket range.
Yeah, I know
It's
where
co-cited with the A-Miser radar. ISR.
Well, this is in my son's apartment.
Right.
He's lived there for years. He went up there to college and never came back.
That happens.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything else to announce or discuss or troubleshoot?
Just a seed, a seed of thought I'd like to plant. I know sometimes I can be helpful, sometimes I'm a pain in the neck, so I'll do the latter here.
You're
As you talk about the summer coming up, one of the things we need to think about in the next 6 months or a year or so is harmonizing our data format. We've got FLDigi and DRF out there, and we'd also like to harmonize our data storage locations, get everything into the U of A sites someday. So we shouldn't lose track of those things. Not big tasks, but I don't want to lose track of them.
Yeah, I know Nathaniel has a direction set that he wants to be able to upload the digital, the Grape 2 10 gig stuff per day someplace. And that's going to be a pretty heavy lift, but because 5 or 10 gig per day is going to take some serious data transfer stuff and a pretty big repo to grab it. So I don't know if Bill Engelkey's next generation server will handle that or what the plans are. I have no idea, but just be aware that that's lurking on the horizon.
Well, one of the things that we have been thinking is that if we're going to dramatically increase the amount of spectrum we're collecting, like start collecting 30 megahertz or wide or something like that, we would need to have substantial funding, and we would probably switch the whole thing to run under Amazon Web Services. But we need a multi-million-dollar grant to be able to do that, because it can't be done cheaply. I mean, we can increase the amount of data we want to store now a little bit, but if we're going to be storing, you know, if we're going to have each station uploading gigabytes every day, that's a whole different kettle of fish than what we're doing today.
Absolutely right.
Universities usually don't go into the business to, you know, store that kind of big data.
Yeah.
So start looking for notice of funding availabilities, and look for NOFAs that we possibly could apply to for you know, and a convincing story of why the government should pay us to do that.
One of the options discussed was the CDAR Madrigal database. Now, I have no idea size-wise or if that would accommodate us or anything else, but I know there has been some different ideas rolling around, so.
Yeah, Madrigal does have some requirements, but I think by working in DRF, that's already like
anyhow,
really
that's
fond
something
of
for
that.
the future. We got to get them out there on the road first, so.
Yes. Okay.
Gary, did you see my last question about the address?
Oh, I didn't, let's see. First line address be, oh boy, let's take a quick look here. Yeah, I think I would just do it just like Stephen Hamilton put it in that email, line for line.
Okay. It'll go out today.
Great.
Okay. Anything else to add or correct in the minutes? I know my spelling is atrocious. Okay. In which case, 73, everybody. I'll see you
All
next
right,
week.
so long, everyone.
That'd be-
73.